Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Tales of Berseria. I'm anticipating lots of fun things happening soon. I'd like to see what's gonna happen with Oscar and Teresa. That's what their name was. With Oscar and Teresa, I feel like that's gonna be really interesting, and I was somewhat ever so slightly confirmed that my idea might be right on what's gonna happen.
I haven't seen many Abbey patrol ships around here of late.
I noticed that too. Do you think something happened?
The Bloodwings said the Abbey's been quiet everywhere. Apparently, some bad demons and a cursed pirate crew have been giving them trouble, and they can't spare the men to patrol the outer seas.
That's Ifreed's pirates for ya. Always gathering information and keeping on their guard.
A cursed pirate crew? Isn't that us? If the info's sound, we've really made a name for ourselves.
Abbey ships run and hide when they see us coming.
Reason dictates that we avoid hopeless fights.
Ooh, Shepherd Artorias, you're my hero!
Notorious.
If only our enemies were truly that dumb. Sadly, the world isn't that forgiving. We can't drop our guard.
Aye. I've contacted some fishermen friends of mine. They'll let us know if they notice anything fishy.
We've got the First Mate's curse to deal with. We can never be too careful.
Yeah, with that Reaper's curse hanging over us, we don't have room to relax.
Well, at least they're not too bothered by it.
I love these fake pirate voices. They're great. They got anybody who happened to be in the office, and they're like, can you read these lines? I know you weren't hired on as a voice actor, but if you look on in the small text at the bottom of your application, it says, and whatever the heck else we tell you to do. So you're gonna read these lines off for us. I admire the exorcists that actually fight the demons. I won't get in the way of a warrior of that caliber. Well, they're gonna have a problem with me if they try to stop us from sailing somewhere. That's a risk we'll just have to take, even if the odds aren't in our favor. I'm not saying they're bad voice actors, I'm just saying they're bad pirates. Protect the next Earth Pulse point. What is that in here? Okay, cool.
Okay, Fee. I need you to find us our next Earth Pulse point.
I found one, but it's really far. Way up in the northeast.
If it's that far out, it has to be in Engand.
Engand
is a collection of small islands. There's a comparatively bigger one called Lionel Island, but that's the exception.
Yeah, I think the Earth Pulse point's probably out there.
Engand, huh? Those waters are haunted by ghost ships, you know.
Ghost ships?
Yep. Legend has it they snatch up wrongdoers who bear lingering regrets and whisk them away to that eternal voyage.
That doesn't sound promising.
Currents from all over the world converge in Engand's waters, so a lot of shipwrecks from distant seas end up there as their final resting place.
Uh-huh. Ah, so that's where the stories of ghost ships come from.
Boo! You guys have no imagination.
I'd rather they stay imaginary myself.
We should still be careful.
We'll be fine. Ghost ship, exorcist, whatever comes along. We'll be the ones to administer their last rites.
You know, I was gonna make fun of them again for all these stupid names like Northgand, Midgand, Endgand. But then I remembered hearing that apparently the word Tokyo translates to, like, I want to say Eastern Capital or something like that. And there's a number of other cities in Japan that literally translate to really dumb names like Capital and Northern Point. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was really stupid and kind of funny. The currents around Engand are naughty, alright. It's a dreadful place to sail. Not that the Von Eltia can't handle it, of course. It's time to depart already. Don't you think you should rest a little longer? They say the Phantom Fleet carries guilty souls away. If we cross its path, we'll be lonely when you're all taken. You're looking pale, Velvet. Take care of yourself, alright? I ate enough. I see. That's alright then. Well, my belly is full. I'm ready to go anytime. This feels slightly final. I don't know about this. I mean, I do feel like we are getting to maybe like the last third of the game maybe now. Like, I'm starting to feel like, especially with, you know, the evil and closing in and like the super shouldn't use this art because it'll probably kill Oscar kind of thing. That, you know, like, that it might start coming to a close, not necessarily in the next, like, 2 hours, but maybe in the next, like, 15 or something, right? But it's starting to feel slightly final. I don't know.
Just one Therian to go. When I escaped...
Oh, and there's only one Therian,
Ceres
anyway.
told me that Artorias could still be killed. That means she must have known everything. That Enominat is incomplete. How Therians work. But why did she betray Artorias? Why did she give me her strength? I know that try as you might, some fires can never fully be extinguished. But what made you go so far as to feed yourself to me? Tell me, why did you do it, sis? Oh, what am I saying? Ceres was a Moloch. Just a Moloch. Just focus on what has to be done. Once the Therians are all together, I can end this. That's all that matters. That's all I need to think about.
And Velvet's gonna go on a nice, well-deserved vacation after all this is over. Alright. To Engan we sail. But first...
Aw, come on! It's fine!
No, it's not. You have to do it right.
You're so mean, Medusa! If you keep telling me what to do, I'll hate you!
Fine, hate me then. So long as you do what I say.
Fine! I love you, Medusa, and you don't even care!
What's going on here?
Eleanor, Medusa's being mean. She keeps telling me to dry my hair after my bath, but I don't wanna.
What? Is that all you're arguing about?
This is important. Just because she's a Therian doesn't mean she can't catch a cold.
But I won't! I won't catch a cold! I swear! I don't want to take Mom's yucky, awful medicine, so I'm not gonna get sick.
If you insist on being so stubborn, we can do this the hard way.
There's no need for everyone to get so worked up. Her hair's pretty much dry already, right?
Yeah, what she said.
I'm spoiling her, aren't I?
Seriously. Look, we don't even know what would happen if a Therian catches a cold, let alone how to treat it.
That's true.
But look, I get it. I know you feel responsible for her.
You mean what happened to her mother?
Yeah, Laphicet told me about it.
My, look who's a little tattletale. I'm sorry, but I thought Medusa should know, just in case.
It's fine, I suppose. I should have told her myself.
Well, at least I understand everything now. It's all too tragic for words.
Yes. And the knowledge would not be something that a young child could possibly bear. I'm not planning on telling her.
That's probably your only option. But do you really think you can keep lying to her forever?
I have to. For her own sake.
For her, huh?
All right. I'll go with you on this.
You two are going through an awful lot of trouble for a selfish kid.
All kids are selfish. They're selfish. But that's what their families and their mothers should be there for. Don't you have any memories like that yourself?
Sorry, but I'd rather just keep them to myself.
Pish and piffle. Everybody and their issues, am I right?
Hope she gets a cold and dies. Just one Therian left. Stay on your toes. The Abbey will be desperate at this point. Oh, I do really want to see what's going to happen with Teresa and Oscar, though. I feel like that's going to be a lot of fun. Started to get used to this island, you know? It's a regular den of hyenas, isn't it? Alright. Lionel Island Wharf. That's like at the edge of the map. Guess that's why it's called Endgand. Small dock in the remote and unpopulated region of Engand. Minimally outfitted and intended for use only in emergencies. You know, such as keeping Therians at, possibly. Final battle at there, maybe? I don't know. Three weeks later.
We're coming up on Lionel Island.
So much for the ghost ships.
Should we expect another welcome party waiting for us again?
No. I had the Bloodwings spread a rumor that we were raiding an Abbey compound far, far from here.
As far as plans go, that's better than nothing.
All this cloak and dagger. Give me a good old frontal assault any day.
First mate, sir. There's a ship drifting ahead of us.
A ghost ship?
It's an Abbey ship. Their flag. It's a distress signal.
How good we can kill him.
Commence approach.
Are you actually going to help an enemy ship?
A ship signaling distress has neither allies nor enemies. That's a code all seafarers abide by.
It's an obvious trap.
Not even pirates would use a distress signal for a surprise attack. Of course, after we rescue a ship, we still strip them of everything they've got.
Anyway, if it's a trap, we'll kill everyone on board. Simple.
A waste of time if you ask me.
Well, they appear like they were in distress. But they've solved their own distressful problems.
Is this... the Corsair Scourge?
Oh
Benwick,
god.
do we still have any
Gonna have to go get
Salatoma
some more
left?
stupid medicine.
Yes, sir. If this is their full crew, we should have enough on board to treat them.
Now that you mention it, don't Abbey ships usually have a bigger crew?
These were all who were aboard when I hijacked the ship and made them set sail.
Teresa!
I knew I was being reckless, but I never expected we'd run afoul of the Corsair Scourge. But you know, I'm glad we did, since it brought me to you.
You seriously plan to fight in that condition?
No. I know you've won this one. Use me as you will.
Use you?
Don't bother asking. It's a trap.
Lionel Island is where you'll find Dees. A Therian. My brother Oscar is guarding over it.
Well, I was
We
right
can
in that
handle him
regard.
just fine.
You should know that Oscar's acquired a powerful new art. Its formula developed by Lord Melchior. The art heightens a Moloch's power far beyond its normal limits. The effect is incredible. Normal arts don't even compare. Even were you to win, you wouldn't come away unscathed.
Why are you telling us this?
The art is still untested and imperfect. There's no guarantee its caster will survive the effects. I don't want anything to happen to Oscar. If I'm your hostage, Oscar won't move against you. This will afford you a window to snatch the Therian and make your escape.
You're willing to betray the Abbey?
There's nothing in this world that could ever replace Oscar. I know you can't trust me, so don't give me your medicine. I'll place my life in your hands. Just save Oscar.
Lady Teresa!
If true, this information will be of use to us. For now, let's bring her aboard and give her the medicine.
Should have locked her up in the brig. Hang her off the bow of our ship.
So, you're going to believe her story?
An art that boosts a Moloch's power far beyond its normal limits. Sounds like we might be in for a real fight.
And she said that Melchior developed it, too.
Maybe this explains why he was so intent on acquiring that Siegfried relic.
If this is all true, a frontal assault might not be the best idea.
But why do you think Teresa is willing to go so far to protect Oscar?
Oscar is the second son of the Dragonia family, aristocrats with ancestral ties to the Asgard royal lineage. From what I understand, he was sent to the Abbey in the hopes of strengthening his family's ties to the group.
For the good of the bloodline. Happens all the time.
Teresa followed him to the Abbey, where she's been his constant savior, even if she's kept it from him. So she's another noble too. Could have had an easy life if she just kept in her place. No, Teresa was conceived, outside of formal matrimony, and her mother was not of what you'd call high standing.
It happens more often than you might think. My mother died, and my father's wife never cared for me. So I merely served the Dragonia family as a maid. Those were dark, lonely times for me. But Oscar was the only one who called me his sister, and embraced me as family. Does a sister need any other reason to want to save her brother?
So you're back on your feet.
My sincere thanks for the medicine.
I can't use you as a hostage if you're dead. Where's the Therian?
And while their
Ahead
backs
through
are
the
all
bare
turned to
marsh
stab.
are the ruins of an ancient kingdom. There you'll find the Earth Pulse Point, along with Oscar.
What happened to number 1?
Lord Artorius took number 1 away from me. As it stands, I'm without the powers of an exorcist. As such, whether I live or die is for you people to decide. Once Oscar is safe, you can do whatever you like to me.
We'll do as you wish. All of it. I know you know this, Fee, but don't let your guard down for 1 second.
I won't.
Hello. You got some new missions? Eater of Gold. Yeah, let me just make sure to enhance my equipment 30 or more times. That's a lot of enhancing.
I'll send a Sylph J if anything comes up here. Have a safe trip.
Thanks.
Still, why would the Abbey build anything all the way out here?
Teresa, what do you know?
This island may be uninhabited now, but judging from the ruins, we can tell that civilization has flourished and fallen here many times. This island lies at a focal point of air and sea currents, as well as the flow of the Earth Pulse. That means that malevolence gathers here too.
Is that why civilization has risen and fallen here before?
It is. Furthermore, the malevolence of those long-dead people still lingers here, lost and unfading.
Even after so long?
The more they prospered, the greater the loss of life.
Normally, this sort of thing could not be ignored. The malevolence here should have been dealt with in haste.
But because the Abbey is scheming to resurrect Inominat, there's no way they'd want to waste such a bounty. Bursting with malevolent juiciness, and no meddlesome people around to cause trouble. There couldn't be a more perfect spot.
If there's one place they'd put a Therian, it's here.
Lionel Island is pretty big. Make sure you're well supplied before heading out. AKA buy your life bottles if you're low on them. Which we will definitely make sure to stock up on. There's a convenience store over here that we'll be accessing in just a minute. I'm getting some kind of weird slowdown. A lot of times that doesn't end up showing in the final video, so you might not notice anything and it might look perfectly fine, or alternatively, this might look slightly choppy. My frame rate says I'm still at 60 FPS though, so I don't really know why that's doing that.
This is an Abbey encampment. No one's stationed here now, but it's well maintained.
From what I could gather, it will be approximately 10 days before the next patrol stops by.
That's more than enough time to find the Therian and get it off the Earth Pulse.
We can rest here too. No need to rush things. We'll find the Therian, but let's do it right.
Unless, of course, Teresa's lying to us. That's a very big, thing that could definitely happen here, is that Teresa's lying to us. Scholars say this island is slowly sinking and will vanish under the waves in a few hundred years. I don't get it, though. I mean, it's hard to imagine the land moving as if it were alive, right? She still did say that she was receptive to the, to an Omenod or the art or something like that. So it's entirely possible she's got the art too and she's going to do some dramatic pushing Oscar out of the way at the last moment kind of deal. Alright. So we're good on life bottles. I think I was pretty well stacked on most of the things I needed anyway. And I'm almost out of money yet again. This is a constant problem that would have been fixed if I decided to grind a little bit, and I have not done so. Unfortunately. But I don't think I really have anything to change out anyway. Nah. Now we're good. Let's go to the island.
Teresa, it's been a while.
We haven't seen each other since the throne. But that doesn't seem like so long ago to me. Not when I keep hearing so much about you. Eleanor Hume, the traitor.
What of the Corsair Scourge?
Nothing to worry about. I've had my dose of Salatoma.
Was it as bad as you remembered it? Brings you back to when you were an initiate, doesn't it?
Why did you betray us, Eleanor? When the Abbey made you a patrolling inspector, they placed great responsibility upon you. Oscar should have been the one to take on that role. He had already been selected for it. But you wanted it so very badly, and that sweet, naive man that he is, he let you take it.
I had no idea. Oscar had already been chosen?
Yes, and after he passed on it, he was stationed on that dangerous island where he sustained that awful wound. And now, you accompany the monster that nearly killed him. I feel I have a right to some answers.
My desire to save humanity has not changed. I have simply found a path different from the Abbey's.
I don't find that answer acceptable.
I didn't think that you would. I know very well that you offer no compromises when it comes to Oscar.
You're right. I don't. Be sure to inform your new friends of that fact. In order for me to protect Oscar, I'm going to need you all to trust me. That's all I have to say to you.
I understand.
Eleanor, can you tell the new prisoner to shut up? The prisoner's not supposed to be sassy over there. You're betraying the Abbey too. Don't act like you're in the high ground here.
I heard that they use this island to hold exiled prisoners. Just looking at this place depresses me. I hate it here.
We can't go carelessly wandering about. This place is dangerous.
I know. Still, from the looks of those ruins, there used to be one impressive civilization here. I can practically taste the hidden treasure.
The punishment for tomb raiding is quite strict, you know.
Think I'd be a pirate if I was afraid of the Abbey?
I won't stop you from looking for loot. But if you get into trouble, don't expect us to save you. Got it?
Aye, aye, sir.
I like the idea of Teresa quipping in just like Eleanor used to do until, she got used to the fact that we're bad people. And she's like, that's bad. That's of the strictest importance not to do. Don't do that. Looting is bad. It's not just here. Demons are turning up in the ruins, caves, anywhere there are signs of loot. It's a tough time to be a treasure hunter, that's for darn sure. Looting's for scum and pirates. Oh. Good on you for noticing. You know what I bet the slowdown is? Because I remember we had an issue with slowdown in the past. That actually slowed down the frame rate. And I remember that was because the game was updating in the background. I wonder if the same thing's happening right now. I bet it is. The Steam summer sale's happening right now. And I don't have a ton of money to spend on the summer sale this time. But I have spotted a couple little things that I've been wanting to pick up. So I got the game series Stalker. They had a bundle where it was like you got all 3 of the games for $9.99, which is super cool. And then I've heard a lot of good things about the game System Shock too. And that one's running for, I think, $1.50 right now, which I picked that up too. So I got a couple games. We'll see, if anything else comes out that I'm interested in for the price. It always makes me kind of sad, considering that I usually buy the Tales games day one, or pretty close to day one, that I always pay full price. Okay, I don't think we're going through that yet. And then around, like, now at times, yeah, win mana. Now you see the games going for much lower. I don't know if this one's in the sale right now, but I've seen Tales of Berseria on sale for half off quite a lot, I should say. In fact, I think the Humble Bundle even did a bundle where not that far after the game came out, like I want to say it was like maybe 3 months later or less, they were doing a big bundle where you could get that game, you get Tales of Zestiria, Tales of Berseria, and I think Tales of Symphonia, like all the PC releases. And you could get that whole bundle for less than what I paid for Tales of Berseria. And I'm just sitting here like kicking myself. I mean, I know I'm paying the premium because I want to play the game when it comes out. Let's play it and all that, but still, it's just like, oh man, that's a lot of money. But then, of course, I just recommend it to everyone else and get everyone else to buy it, so I feel better. Hey, you should buy that Tales game. Look, you can get the whole series for $12. Okay, I think I took down a barrier somewhere. Okay, that puts that one back up. But it probably lowers a barrier coming up, I'd imagine. I mean, why else would they put that switch there? Although they might put that switch there so you don't get locked in. That might be the case. Okay, that requires you to take the long way. I've got a feeling the way all the switches are positioned, I'm going to accidentally turn a wall in front of me on at some point.
Power number 2 displayed at the throne. Hard to believe he had that hidden in him. Lord Melchior said that number 1 was full of untapped potential as well. If I have the talent to use it.
Teresa, my lady, you seem angry.
Me? At what?
At me, for running away and joining Velvet.
Oh, that? I was careless. An enemy stole a tool of mine. I'm merely frustrated at my own incompetence.
I'm not a tool. I'm a real boy.
I don't care what happens to me now. Not as long as I can save Oscar.
I'm the one who hurt your precious brother. And you're asking for my help now?
Yes, you hurt him. You scarred his face, and his honor, and his heart.
Still holding a grudge then? Well, at least you won't be able to kill me in my sleep.
With no Malakim, I'm an ordinary woman. How could I threaten the Lord of Calamity? I'm painfully aware of my own weakness.
Good. Try to keep out of the way then.
Lady Teresa, Velvet isn't so different from you. She had a little brother,
I know all about the Lord of Calamity, but none of that matters to me, as powerless as I am now. This is the only path for me. It's the only way I can save Oscar.
Lady Teresa.
I kind of wonder.
All right. Now it's...
Show him how I freed...
That's getting really short in that return time sometimes. I kind of wonder, her motivations feel slightly short-sighted, and I get the idea is that she's supposed to be... She puts her brother even higher than the Abbey, that the people of the Abbey generally follow with no restraint, I guess. That's not the right way to put that. I'm trying to figure out how to put that, but... Most of the Abbey people follow the Abbey, regardless of, them being evil or not, and the only reason she's turning her back on the Abbey is because her brother will get hurt otherwise. Right? And she's willing to turn on the Abbey and work with the Lord of Calamity to save her brother. So her brother's obviously very important to her. I don't know, it feels a little weird. Yeah, I don't know. I hope we're going the right way. Oh. Oh, it's a one-way path. If we break the wall the other way, then we can use it as a shortcut back. So, this isn't the right way. And if you give me a second, I'm going to go look and see if there's anything that's drawing a lot of resources, because that little lag is slightly annoying me. Nah, nothing's using a lot of resources. I don't know what it is. Tales of Berseria is using like 20% CPU. I don't know why it's having trouble. Maybe I just need a system restart, but at this point, it's a small enough problem that I'm not going to bother with it. That's what it was last time. It was, I was downloading a bunch of stuff, and then apparently my antivirus software, because I was downloading at such a high rate, was like in maximum overdrive, scanning every file that, that Steam was downloading. Because I have really high download speeds, which means that my antivirus was just... It was using like 40% CPU just scanning all the data coming in. I'd never really encountered it doing that, but I guess I don't record a lot when I'm downloading, because I download so fast, Ah, that rock. Okay. Good job, Velvet. Wait. Is that a light bottle? Alright. So we're currently blocked by yellow door. So like I said, we're probably going to have to go back. Find yellow switch. Flip yellow switch. But I bet that's going to block something here, so we also need to flip blue switch. I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to have to do that, because I don't know why that blue door would be there otherwise, and why there would be a path around it. Unless that's exactly what they're doing.